Good morning and welcome to the program Perspectives. Perspectives this morning on Invicta 98.9. And this morning on Perspectives, we'll be looking at developing stories in the entity and, of course, looking at it, Nigerians, and what they are looking out for. This administration, and that's talking about the present ruling party, and, of course, opposition on the other side, and what all of these parties are promising Nigerians. Well, some people will say that the devil you know is better than the angel that's about to be seen. So Nigerians now, and what is coming out and playing out, is about asking questions. Have leadership given Nigerians the much hope that they've looked out for, or is it about playing the old game again? Promises, and of course, finding it difficult to keep to promises. This morning, I have a guest in the studio with me, a guest who has different perspectives from all that is playing out today. My guest is Ambassador YUSUF KANHU. Ambassador YUSUF KANHU is a civil society and humanitarian practitioner. He is the national coordinator, Southern Kaduna Renewed Hope Movement. I'm sure that my listeners just wondering that the name, or going by the Renewed Hope agenda of the present political party, would seem or would look like my guest today will be twin on that line. But again, shockers that may come out of what we have today. Ambassador Yusuf, good morning. I'm glad to have you on our show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Renewed Hope, like I just said, and this time is Renewed Hope Movement.
Yes.
And the one we have with the present administration would be about the Renewed Hope agenda. So, Renewed Hope Movement, Renewed Hope agenda. Could we find out and try to get the differences, similarities, and all of these from
Renewed and Hope, the same. I mean, if you check the dictionary meaning, is the same thing. But I'm sure that the APC is interpreting her own Renewed Hope differently from mine. Maybe because of the ideologies that we both share. I mean, that we share differently. From what is happening, I can define from, implementation and practice of what is happening in Nigeria today to define as renewed hope. But maybe if you call somebody from the presidency and you ask him to define renewed hope, he's going to define it from his own perspective. But for me, I think that I'm a person in transition at the moment. I have tested from the PDP to the APC, and now I am in transition. I want to take a move to a new place, and this is why I share in this name the Renewed Hope.
Yeah, a check finding that I did about you was to say that you were once with the APC, but now, like you said, in transition, some things are not are not playing out for you, and that's why you just are in transition and may find another party.
Yes, I think that a lot of people, if you look at from where I come from, politics is about interests. And once you are in a place where you're not getting what you want, it's better you move to a place where you can express yourself. So I find the APC not delivering on what I think it should have. If you look at the formation of the APC, was from the beginning an amalgamation of a lot of people who had a lot of grudges with the PDP. So when it came, the ACN, the CPC, and other parties, came together, to form the APC. And you can see that the same trend that happened back in 2015 that brought about the APC is the same thing that is happening today. So I am afraid, and which gave birth to the ADC. And you can see how intense. I can remember the words of former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan when he said, the way these guys are coming, the kind of spirit, their faces, they are going to hurt you. I would leave, but one day you will live to remember me. I'm kind of paraphrasing, but that expression is, on the social media. And, it's not surprising what is happening. Look at from 2015 to 2020, when President Buhari left to today, the rise, the inflation, the difficulty, look at today. I was actually struggling to fill my car to come to this place. But I remember back in the days of Jonathan, I mean, 9,000 naira fuel could take me to Kafanchan and back to Kaduna. Today, 900 naira, I mean 9,000 rather, 9,000 naira cannot take me in a day's journey within Kaduna. You see, something has changed. What has really changed? There's something that is happening that we are not happy with. And I know that there are a lot of party people, especially in the APC, who are not happy with the government that they are in. They belong to the APC. They are not happy. They are bottled. They cannot express themselves. I mean, what kind of platform would you be in and then you cannot express yourself?
You talked about choices. So you have your choice to make, to be here or there.
Yes.
So why would anyone
but
want
nobody
to
has, not everybody has the mind, you know, the mind to just check out of a place. Some people have been for a very long time have been bottled to just a space. Some people don't really have the confidence, you know, to come out and express themselves. I'm sure a lot of people who will be hearing us now would be very surprised, and some of them at the same time would be happy but cannot express themselves. Some of them are just very fearful people, so they cannot come out and express themselves, maybe because you are paid 170 or 200 and something, and you cannot. I mean, we are bigger than that. And most of the people who come from my extraction, the southern Kaduna, who are every time on the social media, you know, saying a lot of things. I mean, take, for instance, I was coming from Sabon Tesha to this place, and I passed through Halima Junction to this place. You can see that the governor started one lane, and he didn't conclude the lane. Do you know what came
It's in
to my mind?
progress. It's in progress.
The machines are not there. The contractors have vacated. Why? Why are they using us for politics? I mean, the man should finish it and let's talk. And I can see that his concentration is in southern Kaduna. He's banking on southern Kaduna. Almost every politician from southern Kaduna have come to the APC. Why? Why? Why are we putting our eggs in one basket? I mean, it is very risky.
But for very obvious reasons that we know about, you know, what is coming to the southern part of Kaduna now with this administration.
What is coming to southern Kaduna?
Oh, that the university is coming to southern Kaduna is not the thing to applaud.
And
that
the
you know,
issue
a
of
medical center is coming to southern Kaduna is nothing to talk about.
Is that enough for everybody to be in a place?
And with more coming, and that's not enough.
Let me tell you, in every project, there are components of people. There is the programs. The program are responsible for the implementation. There is also the monitoring and evaluation. It's another component of the same system of that project, you know, that seeks to look after and then ask questions and talks about accountability and transparency. In every system, when you are cut short of these two components, major components, other components can be there, accounting and all of that. When you don't have these two major components, then you have lost it. How can you be in one party and you don't have very strong people who are on the other side to look at it and challenging it? The reason anybody would tell you anything and you would take it is because you belong to one house. There are people that should, I mean, very strong people should be on the other side to be able to see, look, we are of the same pedigree, we came from the same place, I know your history, I should be able to challenge you. When people like Isaiah Ballard were alive, when people like Charles Garba Ali Madaki were alive, I mean, you saw politics then. The northern part of Kaduna couldn't just come and talk to us anyhow or do anything anyhow because we are very strong people. Unfortunately, we are losing them. How are we losing them? I cannot explain. That's a topic for another day. But I feel, as a Nigerian, as somebody who is from southern Kaduna, that we should not all be in one place.
I want to take you on two sides.
Yes.
And this is looking at the national and the state.
Yeah, okay.
Let's talk on the national platform.
Yes.
And from what is coming to southern Kaduna from the national platform, you're not satisfied with what you're getting in that part.
What is coming from southern Kaduna? I mean, from the national and the state, almost every appointment is given to the northern part of Kaduna, and then part of the extraction of the south that are predominantly Muslims. Check it. The only person in southern Kaduna at the moment is the CDS, and is the work of the presidency. And that is just it. Apart from him, who else?
The senator from the southern part of Kaduna
That
is it giving much, or or you would expect more from him? And
You
that's
see,
talking about
the issue of legislation and the issue of, you see, you cannot take the issue of senator. It is an exclusive right of the Southern Kaduna, and the man is simply doing his job. I mean, there are successive senators who have done their own bits, and this man came and also capitalized on, some of the foundations that were given birth to, that brought the issue of the university. And also you can see that somebody came from the PDP and then back to the APC, and now we have this, and then the whole house were able to team up together, because at some point Southern Kaduna understood what I thought they understood, that you don't need to be in the same place to achieve for yourself. I quite appreciate what the Northern part are doing. Whether they are on the divide where they are, they always seek to, take up those opportunities and cash out on their interests. But I thought that was what it was going to be in Southern Kaduna when some of them were coming back. But I saw that everybody came back, and then nobody's on the other side. Not for now that I saw that some people, because of some grudges with their bosses, some of them had to come back to the ADC, and because their bosses also from the north had to come to the ADC, this is not the interest of Southern Kaduna now. This is their own interest, because they are following the interest of their bosses. This is where they fit from. I mean, look at the ADC. There are very few people in the ADC who went to the ADC because they wanted to be in the ADC. But most of them who left to the ADC are following their former bosses. Some of them that were humiliated by the same bosses when they were in the APC. Now their bosses have been hurt. They are back to the ADC to fight the government. This is the opportunity for them to get what they want to get. And so they are there. They are back to the ADC, so that, because they know that those guys that were hurt, their bosses that were hurt, or that are still hurt, that are back to the ADC, would have to bring out money, in order to fight. So this is their opportunity to cash out. And we are just going for a handout. What are they contesting for?
Okay, we have a ruling party, and that's the APC.
Yes.
We also have an opposition now, and that would be maybe talk about the ADC as the main opposition as it is.
Yes,
now, looking at
absolutely.
it, the APC that wants to maintain status quo, and of course the ADC that wants to take out the APC. Now, looking at this platform, this arrangement of opposition and the ruling party.
Yes.
Where would you, because again, you're in transition, so we do not know just where you're going to land of all the parties, about 22 of them that we have registered today and all of that. Looking at opposition and the ruling party, what chances are there for both on what they want to achieve? Stay on, and this one coming to say, no, we must take you out. So the chances of one staying and the other coming from the opposition to take out the ruling party.
So now this is my perspective. First of all, I am transiting because somebody needs to be held accountable. Somebody needs to talk. Somebody needs to challenge this government. I know that there are also challenges to challengers. You could get arrested, you could get beaten. Somebody could come by the studio once I'm out, say, which is normal with life, your tongue could hit on your teeth, and then you could have, crisis at the process of trying to feed yourself. And then reaction and counter reaction may happen, because if you feel the pain, you are likely to cry or something else. So this is why I am moving, because what I found out about the APC is that almost everybody in Southern Kaduna is going to the APC, and it's very, very annoying. And I discovered that the people who are coming to the ADC, apart from very few, with the exception of very few, are going to the ADC because their former bosses had decammed, and now they are looking for them to do the bad jobs. And this is how they get money. So my pain is that they are not going to the APC, to the ADC, because they want to build the interests of the people they claim to represent. And I'm saying that even the people that are hurt were once enemies of the Southern Kaduna. For instance, the former governor, who is still being paraded in the court, has never done good to the people of Southern Kaduna. We saw in his personality, in his careless statement that is everywhere on social media and in the media, in the main media, his expressions and opinion about elections and his threat to even international bodies of elections, observing bodies of elections about going back in body bags and all of that. I mean, what kind of person is that? And who would follow, excuse me, that kind of person? But I found out that in the same Southern Kaduna, there are people who are still pledging allegiance to this same person whom in his first administration in Southern Kaduna, when we protested about the killings in our place, became very intolerable and placed 6 months curfew in the commercial nerve center of Southern Kaduna, and for 6 months, simply because women came out and protested, which in any case, protest is the exclusive right of every Nigerian. That he became intolerable, and from that point he started hunting the people of Southern Kaduna. I mean, look at the things he did. Is it the balkanization of the chiefdoms? Is this the reducing of the classes of chiefs that we have in Southern Kaduna? Or is it the arrests of individuals who come out to speak? Is that the kind of person that you are following? So many people from Southern Kaduna, they come to ADC from the APC because some of their former bosses who are enemies of the Southern Kaduna have gone somewhere because they know the style, they understand the modus operandi of those individuals, and they are there to cash out. Some of us are not happy with that. At the same time, those who are in APC, we are still waiting. I am very sure that after the primaries, now the Congress, after the Congress, there was a lot of back and forth, fight about influence and power to say that some of my people needs to be here and there. That is the only way you could get influence in political parties. Now we are waiting for the primaries. I assure you that after the primaries, some people will come here and speak bitterly more than I am doing, because I am not affected directly. I still have my small food that I am eating, and I've never been paid any money by any political person to come here and say anything, or I'm on the salary, is this salary scale or what of the government. I am not. I am here to express myself as a Nigerian. I used to be sympathetic to the APC, but I discovered that everybody's with the APC. And what I discovered is that people who are in the APC that are not even happy cannot even express themselves. And it is very painful, it is very shameful, and I don't advise people to be like that. Every human being has a freedom to speech. It may have implications, but why not? They just need to come out and express that.
Your voice could just be a protest voice, right?
Well, if you say protest, I don't know exactly what you meant, except if you would express.
Yes, that you are, you are in transition. You've not, you've not landed, so to say, in transition.
Yes.
And some of the things that about forming your mind on where to go or where to land would be about, protest from what you are seeing that does not sit down well with you, and that could just be the reason why you have to move. You were once with the APC. You are in transition now.
Yes.
And so, because of all the things you are saying, and saying that, no, you're not getting the best of what you really want. And so, time for you to move on.
Yes.
Yes. And so, I'm saying that could just be a protest voice.
Sir, if you are hungry and you are eating, you are protesting against hunger. It depends on what you mean. If you stumble on a stone and you feel pain and you want to cry, it's a protest. It's just like saying that crisis exists everywhere. But what we do not want to happen is that we don't want it to escalate and be violent.
Okay, I'm going on a short break, a commercial break, but I just want to get you ready for what could come out next, and I'll keep it until when we come back from this break. There's a program perspectives this morning, and we're getting thoughts on where things are playing out about opposition and, of course, the ruling party. And Ambassador YUSUF, KANHU, my guest this morning, putting his thoughts in a dimension that, yes, the listeners should, think about. And then, of course, put your thoughts on what Ambassador YUSUF, KANHU, is giving to us this morning. We'll come back after this break.
This is Invicta 98.9 FM. We never invented radio, but we're taking it to the edge of perfection.
We are
the unbeatable station
98.9.
Mama ne masu kyau sun sani Dettol na tsaro kowace rana. Idan aka fito waje, neman arziki fa, kasuwanci kuma fa, yara na wasa a taɓo, amma ban damu ba. Awanni 12 na tsaro kowace rana.
Da amfani koyaushe, Dettol yana da sinadarin tsaro na tsawon awanni 12. Dettol, tsare iyalanku daga ƙwayoyin cututtuka sama da 100 domin su zauna cikin ƙoshin lafiya.
Dettol, be 100% sure.
Duk abin da kuke yi muna ganin ƙoƙarinku cikin iyali kuna nuna so muna jin daɗin hakan. Power oil muna nan da ku mun tsaftace dukkanin digo akan 200 naira mu haɗu mu yaɗa soyayya. A duk sanda ka yarda da mu a gurin yi muna ganin ku shi ne ya sa muka yi na 200 sace sai da ku. Kuna dalilin wannan tsari mai sauki ku more wannan sachet akan 200 naira. Za ku samu Power Oil Mini Pack sachet akan 200 naira.
Power Oil, Power Oil. Yana da daɗi, da ɗanɗano tare da Cremella.
Yi nishaɗin ɗanɗano mai arziki da daɗi na Cremella Crema, cikakke don babban ɗanɗano a shayi, koko, kofi da sauran zaɓin abinci.
Daɗi da ɗanɗano tare da Cremella.
Ƙara ɗanɗano da Cremella.
Ojiyabba shakata wajen more kira da naira 100 ka salamu kuɗin ka sai MTN da kuna samun matsala wurin kira dan ba ku da kati to sauki ya samu in ka sa naira 100 zaka samu naira 400 a layin MTN domin shiga tsarin ku sa naira 100 sannan ku danna tauraru 889 hash za ku iya amfani da shi cikin kwana ɗaya. Shakata da tsarin MTN G's Plus don more kira sharuɗa da ka'idoji sun shafi wannan.
Oh yeah now, time to run your money correct. Download Bill Station for iPhone and Android, no dolly, or waka go to billstation.com sharp. Bills, transfer, everything day one place.
Make you get rewarded instanta when you use the referral code BISAN. When you download the Bill Station app, make you enjoy exclusive bonuses plus cash prizes wey fit reach up to 5K. No dolly, make you download now.
Bill Station, money no go stress you again.
My friend, time now money.
Gabatar muku da sabon jig na jaka. Yanzu fararen tufafinka za su yi haske da sheki da kuma kiyaye kashi 99.9 na kwayoyin cuta a farfajiya da sauran wurare. Kawai ka jika da jig na jaka.
It's amazing how your child grows up before your eyes. Enable their thriving development and the care they need with the new NanKid 4 with HMOs to support your child's development, probiotics to help your child's digestion and development, and high-quality proteins to support age-appropriate growth. And all of these work together to support your child's development and growth today and tomorrow. NanKid 4. Nourish your child's potential.
Yaɗa jita-jita da labarin ƙanzon kurege ci yake kamar wutan daji cikin al'umma, wanda kuma baya haifar da komai sai koma bayi da tabarbarar da zamantakewar mu, ya cusa tsana da ƙiyayya a tsakanin mu, furta kausasan kalamai ta fuskan addini ko ta siyasa da ma al'ada yana taka gagarumin rawa wajen haifar da tarzoma. Don haka mu zamo 'yan ƙasa na gari masu gina tubalin zaman lafiya ba masu rusa ta ba ta hanyar tantance labari kafin yaɗawa. Sannan duk abin da kasancewa kana da shakku a kai ka bar shi, kada ka bari wasu su yi amfani da kai wajen tada zaune tsaye. Mu haɗu mu rungumi gaskiya mu watsar da jita-jita domin inganta zaman lafiyarmu da yauƙaƙa zamantakewan da ke tsakaninmu. Tantance labari kafin yaɗawa shine cikar kamala. Wannan sako ne daga cibiya mai rajin kare demokaradiyya da cigaban al'umma wato Center for Democracy and Development.
Haba talle, ragin kuɗin yashi menene a duniya da baka neman ragi?
Akwai abu ɗaya, wato tsarin tazarar haihuwa.
Ban gane ba.
Saboda shi kaɗai ne kyauta. Mado, duk lokacin da na je asibiti da iyalina dangane da tsarin tazarar haihuwa to kyauta ne, ko dai a caji kuɗi kalilan.
To ko shine dalilin lakabinka na tallatushen tattali?
Hakika ina iya taya komai, amma banda tsarin tazarar haihuwa.
Ikon Allah, ya dace ka sani a hanya.
Ba komai, sai mu fara daga ragin kuɗin yashin nan tukunna.
Ziyarci cibiyar lafiya mafi kusa domin farawa, ko a kira lambar waya 222 wannan sako ne daga ma'aikatar lafiya tare da tallafin gamayyar kungiyoyin Pronet da FEM.
Kyautuwar iyali uba 'ya'ya da ma'uwa.
A koda yaushe yarana suna kokarin koyon karatu, guje-guje cikin wasa na rage musu kuzari. Yasa kullum bana rabuwa da Milo a gida.
Ni da mai gidana mun dace da zaɓi mai kyau. Ina godiya da farin ciki kasancewar Milo an yi shi daga sinadari masu inganci kamar su dawa, madara da koko. Shi yasa na tabbatar da yadda yake inganta lafiyar yarana tare da basu kuzari da safe.
Mai gida, zo ka ji yadda jaririn ke motsi a cikina.
In ji? Lallai da alama wannan na da ƙarfi sosai.
Mana, da wa kake gani zai yi kama?
Da ni mana.
A'a, da ni wannan zai yi kama.
To wanda zai zo bayan wannan zai yi kama da ke.
Tabɗi, to har yaushe zan jira wancan ya zo?
Kamar shekara 2 haka.
Kaga a lokacin na samu ƙwarin jiki.
Tattaunawa tsakanin ma'aurata yana da muhimmanci. Mu tattauna.
Mama, sai kin gan yadda na wanke ban ɗakin nan. Yawon ku sosai ha.
Tabbas. Zai iya wankuwa sosai a ido, amma idan ba da hypo toilet cleaner kika yi amfani ba wajen kariya, to ban ɗaki cike yake da ƙwayoyin cuta baja-baja.
Haka ne, gara ku yarje wa ƙwayoyin cuta, ku kare ban ɗakin ku kullum da hypo toilet cleaner.
Yes, so this is Jolly Johnny on the streets. How well do you know Maggi chicken flavor? Oh yeah, spell celery.
S-E-L-A. R-I-E. Celery.
Bros, you want turn to salary? Okay, spell turmeric.
Turmeric.
Yes, so.
Turmeric.
Correct. 1 carton of Maggi chicken flavor for you.
Maggi chicken flavor with onions, celery, and turmeric. My game changer.
Invicta FM.
Welcome back. This morning, YUSUF KANHU, my guest this morning, Society and Humanitarian Practitioner, also the National Coordinator of Southern Kaduna Renewed Hope Movement. He's also a commentator on politics and good governance. Now, just before we went to that break, I was preparing your mind for the next question. I want on the national and state level what we're seeing with the, the ruling party. I come back to Kaduna State. The governor of the state has, he's talked about going about with an inclusive government, inclusive in the sense that all and sundry carried along. Now, again, looking at what is playing out in the state, how are you, looking at governance in the state and with the inclusive governance that we're seeing or that has been said or mentioned by the ruling party? Do you see any of this inclusivity in this administration?
I'm worried because the inclusiveness you are talking about is tactical for the present government.
I need to understand that.
Yes, because if you look at the inclusion it's talking about, who is the representative of Kaduna in Nimasa? Where is he from? Who is every appointment that has to do with federal is from the northern part of the Kaduna State. If you go back to the southern Kaduna, It is within the party structures, strategically placing those people for his success. What are the projects that we have in Southern Kaduna? How many of them are there that are viable to the people of Southern Kaduna? This road that I passed through, that is not more than 2 kilometers, if it is up to. He has been working on it for how long? He just did one side and left the other side there. For what reason? Is this how they use us for political reasons or for political gains? This is the same thing. He will say, I'm going to complete this. Why not complete it now? And then we see that you have worked. What is the inclusiveness here? Look at the road that plies from this college route. For how long? For how long? So what are we talking about? Who are you including? Where? Tell me one Southern Kaduna man that this government under Senator Ubasani has given appointment that you would say this is something that has happened. Tell me. There are opportunities for you to send people to the national. How many people has he sent to the national? Yet everybody is running there and are doing senatorial politics. Is it senatorial or regional? I don't know, not region. This kind of area politics. It is just Southern Kaduna. The university that came is a federal might, maybe because the president is sympathetic to us, and then we are opportune to have the senator that is working. Because even when you are in APC and you are doing a good thing, we'll still say it. You are a human being. If you are making effort, we'll still say it. And then the CDS is also there. And then they were able to match powers. And for the first time, we had a team that worked together. And they brought these things to us.
You're saying
it's not an institution that is exclusive to Southern Kaduna. I mean, who is the registrar? Where is he coming from? So it is a federal institution. Everybody has a right to go and apply this and there. Talk about the Kaduna State. I mean, look at, for instance, the Polytechnic here. They have also almost sold it out. They are not. There's no effort that is being put there. But the one in Tudumada, they are putting effort there.
It's a federal one.
Yes, but there is also effort by the state. The state can call on the attention of the federal to look at these things. Why are they not calling the attention? We have Gidanwaya. Go and see how Gidanwaya is. What attention? Look at the Kafanchan College of Nursing. What is happening there? You see, if you want to talk about inclusivity, please do it very well. Don't do a work part of a job and then use it to canvass for votes. No.
YUSUF KANHU, you're putting it, on the table that the inclusiveness of this administration is suspicious.
It's suspicious because it's only when you want to do party things, then you bring somebody from Southern Kaduna, because automatically, once the chairman is from Southern Kaduna, it means that the governor is going to come from the other side. It has always been a gentleman's arrangement in almost every party in Kaduna State. Look at the same thing in the ADC. I mean, in PDP, in the PDP, the same thing. So what are we doing? The only party that has, I think, a Christian chairman is the LP, who are still in court. Even though I heard that they won the appeal. And the appeal
national leader of the APC is a Christian.
Where?
National leader of the APC.
And so look at how it transcends. Because it came from the other side. So how about the one that we're talking of inclusiveness? If I am real and honest with you, let's talk about it. Do you have to make an arrangement that have always been, the moment you see an indication that the chairman is from this part of the state, it means that the governor will be from that part of the state, and which is normal. If I am contesting for an election from where I'm from, I'm not going to pick the DG from my area. It will have to come from another place to be able to spread. Why is it so? Every good appointment goes there. Every appointment that is for my building comes from here. Why is it like that? This is not inclusiveness. Please, let's look at the chapter.
No, earlier I told you, I said it could just be a lone voice, and I said, I used the word, a protest voice in all of this arrangement, because again, the people
of protest voice in a lone voice in a remarkable radio house like Invicta. Are you saying Invicta is also a lone voice? I mean, when you speak on this,
it gives you the platform.
Yes, and this is, so it's not a lone voice. Hundreds of people.
No, because I also wonder.
So how do you get people to campaign? One person must start. The Arab Spring, how did it start? Somebody sat somewhere, typed, and invited people. That was how it started. There are a lot of people that are intimidated by this government. Some of us don't care. You can take us. I might be afraid today. Tomorrow I can decide not to be afraid, depending on the circumstances. So it's normal. I mean, it's normal. I've seen people who stake their necks. If you want to take me, take me. But it's no, certain things must be communicated. We are part of the people that when we post, people don't comment. And we are not after people's likes and comments. Because once you like and comment, one of your bosses who sees what we have posted will now call you. So you are supporting these people. You know this guy don't have sense. And you are following him. Meanwhile, the truth is there. I mean, you don't have to comment. You don't have to like my post. So this is just a reality. If the government wants to be all inclusive, let her give us a very good appointment that is not by the federal. Let the governor say, come, take this, and give. How many people are very viable in SK with this under this government? They don't even have money. The appointees are suffering. Some of them are our friends on both sides. Except for those who are from his own side, who are given contracts that have the advantage of his background, that are really enjoying. Come to my own side. They are not happy. They are only smiling. Most of them don't have fuel to power their cars. But because you are somewhere and you are given hope, my renewed
this might sound shocking to the
my renewed hope movement, sir, is that I should be able to stand on a pedestal and express myself. Nobody should bottle me. I should be able to say it as it is. And if the government is loving, the moment you complain, why can't she call you and talk to you? Why must she go after you? I mean, this is not inclusiveness.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm still on this space of the ruling party and what is given out to Nigerians.
Yes.
Nigerians would say that, well, it's still the APC as it is, but the APC of Muhammadu Buhari and, of course, Bola Ahmed Tinubu has taken over now.
Yes.
Now, making comparisons about what we're seeing, some people would say, some public analysts would say that, the 8 years of Muhammadu Buhari, late Muhammadu Buhari, was not the best as Nigerians would have it or would want it. But with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that he's been bold to take on some issues. Now, looking at him and his performance, put your rating on some of the things you have seen with this administration.
As compared to
yes. As taking, because I want to take it on this, that he said that he wants to take Nigeria out of the woods.
Yes.
He has also said that do not have pity for me. He has also made promises to Nigerians about what he wants to do. Nigerians would see electricity power is not what Nigerians want.
Which wood? When the woods
that we're in.
Are you out of the wood? Are you not powering on generator? Which wood?
So it is not meeting up.
I mean, it's a disaster. My deep freezer for a very long time I've not been able to cement ice. For a very long time, it took small.
Promises that we
made. Sir, you have asked.
No, get me right on this. He made promises. And
I know, that's why I'm going.
These promises have not been fulfilled. But again, we're saying that the times too, that he's going about these things are very difficult. So with Nigerians, when they go to the polls on election days, what will inform their minds on the choices they make about leadership?
This is why we're talking now. So that those who are afraid will be unafraid. Sometimes you need to tell people who they are to their faces. Let them understand. Maybe some of us are not romantic in nature to do the kind of politics that others do. They don't like you. They are going to snitch out on you, but they will sit by you and collect what you are giving them. Some of us are not like that. So if we don't like you, we don't like you. You are not good to me. You are not good to me. I can respect you as my boss. I mean, when it's not... See, I've had a policy. Even some of the bosses that I've worked with. I mean, I walk into your office when you are alone and I talk to you. I may not talk to you publicly. And nobody will... Yes, and nobody will hear you. Truly, honestly, some of them might be hearing me. I mean, that is it. If you want me to go, I go. You are not God. I saw look at the lesson that we are taking from El-Rufai when he was governor, almighty, all powerful. He could say anything at any time. Now he's a tapper. Now the allegations are there against him. This is a lesson to every leader. If you want to be fair to people, be fair to people. The times of McCarthy were different. McCarthy now can walk and go to a village, except for the banditry and everything that was created after he had left. I mean, there were simple people that were fair. I'm talking about personalities now. And because of certain personalities, some of us couldn't go some places. Because I cannot imagine myself under a person like El-Rufai. I cannot. I cannot. He can give anything he wants, but I cannot. But I've seen several people are going after him. And the same thing with what is happening today. I mean, governors are being bottled. Even governors are not free. It's surprising. You know, when you talk about human rights, most of us growing up in this kind of environment have never even tested fully what human rights is about. Because the abnormal has become normal. The same thing we are seeing. You are praising a governor for building an unfinished road. And you are putting it on Facebook and it's dashing you data. Just data, it is not giving you employment. Say, come and see me, you are giving 50,000. And you are cheering him. That is the extent of poverty in this land. And they are looking at you and they are sitting in their billions. Serious billions. And they are giving you not even stipends, because stipends can even take you to the next bus stop. No, just enough for you to post what I'm doing. And you are saying, yes, because I want to have a handshake with you. I don't need a handshake. I can keep it. I mean, people should start thinking. This begging of a thing and doing maula in government establishments is not the thing. Let's come back. Some of us should learn trade. Go back and do business.
You walk alone on this path you're taking, YUSUF.
Yes.
I say you walk alone because, again, I keep going back to a lone voice. I keep going back to protest voice. And I'm doing this because I'm asking this. Because, again, from the southern part. Where
I can bring some persons to you who will share this view here. Probably you've not met them.
I like to have
It's
them.
as if you're a big man. Honestly.
No, I'm doing that. I'm asking the questions.
It's like you're a big man. Because if you say I walk alone, then I'm surprised.
I'm asking the question, yes, because because I'm saying that the people of Southern Kaduna are putting their votes and saying that Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Wasani has given them, a real, a hope for, to really hold on to. And again, I have with me in the studios, Elona,
you see,
like I would say, that has come to say, no, this is not, it's not true. It's not what we're saying. This is not the reality of what is happening. So that does not make me a big man. I'm just asking the questions.
I'm surprised.
No, I'm asking. That's some opposition.
No, I know you are asking.
Yes, okay.
But when you place certain views to say that I'm a loner, then I have every cause to also be surprised that you, because somebody who should go to the grassroots and understand these things, you must have done your research before.
I have. But the people are.
So for you not to see the people I am seeing.
Okay.
And in which case, it is your job to know that there are people like me who exist in society, and you say I'm a loner, then I am surprised. I also have to take issues with you.
Very, very interesting, because again, I'm saying that with the voice and the people that I have coming to my studios, just like you said, I probably may not have gone into the interlands and all of that.
So let me be.
But I appreciate what you're doing. Don't get me wrong about how you stand. I'm not opposing your views. Everyone is entitled to views like that. So I'm saying that we're getting this, and of course, in the course of this conversation with you, we're going to get our lines opened. We're streaming live on this program. We'll go on Facebook. People will make their comments. I'd like to hear how these comments will come. But please, don't get me wrong. I understand and I share your views. But again, put me on 2027.
Yes.
Elections are just around the corner. And of course, we will be testing the grounds about who may take the day when elections come. But from what you're seeing, and what is really coming out and playing out, and from so much that you have talked about from opposition and the ruling party, the chances of, coming to say that Nigeria needs another leadership, what are the chances we're seeing?
So I think that, first of all, let me be straight. I think that ADC is not going to go anywhere. The present government would ensure that court verdict goes against them. So at the end of the day, there must be another force that must emerge. Politics in Nigeria is about who has the most power. And the man who has the most power is the APC and their leader, and at the same time the president. You saw how he ascended. Without a godfather, he became a president. And he said it recently, that if that could happen, is it now that is on the seat that you want to fight him? You know, this is his statement. And any sensible person should be able to interpret in between the lines. But there's always a future. And how to approach the future is a subject of planning. The ADC were planning, he was also planning. And now they're in court. And you can see that they're one of the strongest force that will cause damage to him. I am sure with the passing of the president, it's going to be difficult for the ADC to go anywhere. Except for my brothers who just want to catch their own some who are under some of their their leaders that will just catch their own, and I've gotten my own. Let's come back and look for the next downfall of the next man, and we go there. Except for them, perhaps they are going to win. But the main guys, it's going to be difficult for them. Now we had LP that used to be a force. You can see that also. She's also, I learned that she just won her appeal. There's also another opportunity to go higher. Now we don't know about that. No, but there are emerging parties also. Why don't we plan against 2031 and beyond?
So alliances and all of that, you know, how is it going to play out again in tackling this administration?
I saw yesterday one of the LP champions, in whose name LP started so strongly and was that strong, in person of Obi, Peter Obi, you know. I saw him in Bauchi, and he went to romance to another governor who is looking for a place to pitch his tent. You can even see that these people, would I say they are confused, or the political scene is so tense and so thick that at this point that a whole governor is looking for a place to pitch his tent, and it's difficult for him. It is another contestant who is also does not have a place that is coming to meet him and to say, can we work together? As what? That's the question. Because at this point, Obi is neither in LP nor in ADC. I don't know which cat is.
You cannot go to LP.
I don't know.
No, you're not.
I don't know. These guys are like that. I mean, before now, the guys who are ruling now in the APC were fighters in the PDP. And you would not believe that some of them would come back to the APC and they are telling you APC is the best thing. And they fought the APC vehemently. You cannot believe that the guy who swore by the sword that the president of today must be there, and there are no Northerners who are elders. They are the elders. And you cannot believe that that same man today is fighting this government. And you cannot still believe that the man that he worked for under his government, that this guy is being questioned the way he's questioned. Would you believe that? So anything, sir, is possible. I saw the statement of the LP former candidate, Peter Obi, respect to him, when he was telling Ojukwu, I'm not going to leave LP. I don't know under what circumstances. Abga?
Yes.
Was it Abga or LP?
Abga.
So what happened? Thank you for correcting me. So what happened? So these guys are like that.
Are you a politician?
I am, by birth, every human being is a politician. By birth, sir. Every human being is a politician, because certain decisions that you take that would increase your welfare in life is politicking to me.
Okay. Getting signals that I must go for a break. Go for this break. And top of the hour, 10 o'clock, we'll take the news brief. Can hit some commercials before then.
Invicta FM.
We are
the unbeatable station.
98.9.
Is that Alfie playing football in the rain?
It's Toby Chio.
My goodness. When did he grow up?
am.
That's it with kids, oh.
It's amazing how your child grows up before your eyes. Enable their thriving development with the new NanKid 4 with HMOs to support your child's development, probiotics, and high-quality proteins to support age-appropriate growth. NanKid 4. Nourish your child's potential.
Yes, so this is Jolly Johnny on the streets. How well do you know Maggi chicken flavor? Oh yeah, spell celery.
SELARIE. Celery.
Bros, you want turn to salary? Okay, spell turmeric.
TURMERIC.
Yes, so.
Turmeric.
Correct. One carton of Maggi chicken flavor for you.
Maggi chicken flavor with onions, celery, and turmeric. My game changer.
Mai gida, zo ka ji yadda jaririn ke motsi a cikina.
In ji? Lallai, da alama wannan na da ƙarfi sosai.
Mana, da wa kake gani zai yi kama?
Da ni mana.
A'a, da ni wannan zai yi kama.
To wanda zai zo bayan wannan zai yi kama da ke.
Tabbi, to har yaushe zan jira wancan ya zo?
Kamar shekara 2 haka.
Kaga a lokacin na samu ƙwarin jiki.
Tattaunawa tsakanin ma'aurata yana da muhimmanci. Mu tattauna.
A koda yaushe yara na suna kokarin koyon karatu. Guje-guje cikin wasa na rage musu kuzari. Yasa kullum bana rabuwa da Milo a gida.
Ni da mai gidana mun dace da zaɓi mai kyau. Ina godiya da farin ciki kasancewar Milo an yi shi daga sinadari masu inganci kamar su dawa, madara da koko. Shi yasa na tabbatar da yanda yake inganta lafiyar yarana tare da basu kuzari da safe.
Invicta FM.
This is Invicta 98.9 FM. This is Invicta 98.9. This is Invicta 98.9 FM, Kaduna, Nigeria. I am Chinwendo Perpetua Odimwe with the news brief. The Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, has hinted at a possible hike in the price of airfares for the next 7 days to allow domestic airlines to keep operating and avert a possible shutdown of operations. Keyamo disclosed this during an interview after an over 4-hour closed-door meeting with stakeholders in the industry. He also revealed that for the next 48 to 72 hours, key stakeholders would explore fair pricing for Jet A1 fuel to tackle areas where there is possible exploitation by marketers to deliberately punish Nigerians. Borno State Governor Professor Babagana Zulum has expressed appreciation to President Bola Tinubu for approving 68 billion naira in operational support for the Maiduguri Emergency Power Plant. The project, initiated in 2021 as a presidential intervention, was designed to address prolonged power outages caused by insurgents who vandalized electricity infrastructure, leaving the state without power for nearly 2 years. In a statement issued by his special advisor on media, Dauda Ilia, the governor described the federal government's intervention under Tinubu's leadership as timely, noting that it would help mitigate security challenges and improve the economic well-being of residents. Off the shores of Nigeria, Norway said on Friday it will present a bill this year making it the latest country seeking to ban social networks for under 16s, adding that technology companies will be responsible for verifying the age of its users. Now, according to reports, several European countries such as France, Spain, and Denmark have already said that they will introduce a digital age of majority for social networks, and others like Australia and Turkey have already done so. The European Commission has also made it clear its determination to take action to protect children and adolescents, notably by unveiling in mid-April an age verification app that will soon be made available to European citizens. And finally, in the world of sports, Galatasaray striker Victor Osimhen has shown support for Galatasaray goalkeeper Gun Kovenk following his error in the club's shocking Turkish Cup exit to Glenabrig SK on Wednesday. Galatasaray were knocked out in the quarter-final stage after a surprise 2-0 defeat, bringing their title defense to an end. The result was particularly unexpected, considering they had beaten the same opponent just days earlier in a Turkish Super League clash. And that makes the news brief at 10. A major bulletin comes up at midday. Good morning and have a victorious day. The show Perspectives continues with your host, Toyin Alabi.
This is Invicta 98.9 FM. We never invented radio, but we're taking it to the edge of perfection.
Welcome back. Still with the program Perspectives this morning, and it's coming to you on Invicta 98.9. My guest this morning, YUSUF KANHU, a civil society and humanitarian practitioner, also a national coordinator of the Southern Kaduna Renewed Hope movement. He's also a commentator on politics and good governance, sharing thoughts with us on politics and, of course, developing stories about the state of the nation. Well, just before we get our audience, into this conversation, I just like to, also bring to you on what we're seeing at the political arena, so to say. Alignments and realignments and defections, jumping ship in the middle of the ocean that we're seeing, and all of that, and how it's playing out on what we may see come 2027. Some people say that the APC cannot beat its chest, that it is coasting home to victory right now. And so what are the surprises that we may see come 2027?
You see, I think that I will interpret this question differently. So there's something that is in my mind that I want to say, about how our leaders behave when you are in a place. Instead of fixing the place, you want to leave to another place in order to fight the perceived enemy, which is very, very bad. And we saw it happening from the PDP down to the APC. At some point, there's even an integrity group of the APC. The APC itself was in different wings, and then at some point they had to, come together. The CPC, the integrity APC, the main APC, and they were able to come together to fight. And you can see transition from APC to APC. Now, the same guys who started when the PDP was there, now I say now they are not happy, they are Amechi. When the PDP calculation of 4 more than 9, was it 4 more than 9 or so, that tripled down to the same people, are still there. Some of them were Senate presidents, some of them were state governors. And the same circle of persons that are still saying, no, we don't agree. And they are back to where they are. This is the surprise that I'm talking about. At this point, I think that this election is going to come with a lot of surprises as well. It's difficult now to say, especially within the party internal runnings of the APC, who is going to emerge as the party person. I'm telling you that after the primaries, there's going to be more division within the APC. And that is when I can be able to tell you this surprise of a thing. This is what I'm envisaging, that there's going to be a breakage the moment APC does her primaries And then some people, I'm sure a lot of them, because you can't put almost everybody in one place and say, let's do this and agree. Now look at, for instance, what is happening in Southern Kaduna. There's always the 4 persons who I imagine as very, very, who are very visual in their display or their campaign for senatorial seat. At some point, now we have two merging on this side, La and Auta, Engineer Mike Auta on one side, and then we saw that Engineer Chiroma, Haskian Southern Kaduna, is coming to also shine the incumbent senator, Barrister Marshall Ketu, and now they are doing this kind of face. And then now we are seeing that beginning to happen, even within the same party. Both parties call for a public to issue statement about their concerns and what they want to do. Both of them did that, and same people that went to that also came to this, and they got their transportation. And then we are seeing that, and I'm sure this is happening across the state. So at this point, let's wait and see. The moment the primaries is done, I'm sure that perspective will see another perspective to that. So it's going to be very surprising.
Our fault lines as Nigerians, will it also play out in this politics of 2027 and we emerges? I'm talking about fault lines like religion, ethnicity, divides, and tribes, and all of that. Will it have a strong hold on determining how it happens in 2027?
So if you look at, I'm beginning to see that people are beginning to even be careful with how they make statements. You know, when the APC came on board for the first time in the history of this Nigeria, of this country, in my adulthood, I saw how reckless politicians were speaking. Initially, it was religious leaders who could just say anything and it goes unchallenged. Today, I think somehow the politics is beginning to change. If you study social media, you will discover that there are Muslims who are challenging some Muslim clerics. They may fall on different sects, you know, but they are challenging. Before now, you don't find this. Around 2015, we saw campaign of hatred. I mean, media houses were saying things that I was imagining, is this happening in Nigeria? But I'm seeing that people are beginning to challenge that, whether on social media, whether physically. That abnormal is becoming normal. People used to be scared. Hey, this one is saying this. And one of the campaigners of that is the guy who is now under scrutiny. And we're having less of those. No, I must always, because he has always been a campaigner of that kind of reckless statement. He could say anything the moment you give him opportunity. And you can see what he said about tapping the phone line, even though I don't want to be subjugated, is it subjugated or what, to that. But you can see that the politics is beginning to change, and these fault lines, sometimes we challenge our pastors. We ask them questions. Before now, when a pastor speaks, you don't challenge him. Today, people are beginning to challenge, and you can see on social media for the Muslims, they are challenging each other. Some are also challenging across, and then this is where I'm sure you're talking about. And then, so sometimes when you hear somebody who is from that religion challenging somebody, sometimes you just feel this, let them do it there. And I think that there are also representatives who are also speaking for me. Unlike you are saying that I'm a loner. And you can see that even on the fault lines, there are people who are challenging those people who are causing this divide and the fault on our politics.
And so quickly, I just ask you, the North, as it is,
yes,
it has been the North that has always, shaped out how elections go in this country. And of course, we know that elections are about numbers.
Yes.
Always with the numbers. But that North, I'm asking you this, that the North that we once had, the monolithic North,
yes,
is it still in existence? Can it make a difference with what is coming out?
So I think that now you just say the Northwest, because right now the Northeast is enjoying herself. Who are the guys who are in power? You see, I also like what Tinubu is doing when it comes to that, because the North has always felt that she can determine anything that happens. You can see the way they talk, the level of arrogance when some of the leaders are speaking. And you can see one of them who is still under the radar, the way they talk as if they can determine anything. And they are not gods. I mean, this is politics. Even if you have the numbers, there are Christians in the north, there are tribal people in the north, there are people who are from the south and west that are doing businesses here. And you see, that has always been. But when Tinubu came, there's something that changed, which is also causing the commotion that we are faced today. You know, most Nigerians have not seen the politics of the north very well. The divide between the Hausa and the Fulani, the divide between the northwest and the northeast. So many people don't understand that. They just see it as the north. They don't even understand, for instance, the crisis in Zamfara, largely against the Fulani, about the Fulani and the Hausas, largely. And then the political also undertone of some of the mining and some powerful people who are bringing their people and having a group of people to protect certain interests and all of that. And then we have cumulatively the insecurity that we are having today. And when you come down, if you look at the first appointment that the president did, largely the Northwest were not quite represented. And that is one of the things that is hurting the Northwest in this government. And so all the bottling and all
what appointment?
So what appointment did they get, apart from the defense that they had, and in whose case some powerful people from the Northwest were feeling that they are more powerful than the man who was Badaru or than the man who is a Matawali. They were more powerful. Why were they not consulted? Some who felt very powerful were also didn't even scale the what do you call it when you go to the national, yes, the Senate screening. Yes, couldn't. So they were hurt from that point. And the guys who are determining some of those things are from the northeast. So you can see that the north is divided along this border. There are Christians in the north who also have significant votes that can determine a lot. What the government needs to do, if I would talk like an APC member now, is to say that, look, put your guys in. No, let me not say.
Please go. Just all right, okay. I'll get the audience in this conversation, and those lines to call to be part of it will be on numbers 081 40,000 989, 081 40,000 989, or 070 87 800 989. 070-87-800-989. We're streaming this program live. Join us on our Facebook page, Invicta 98.9, and also on on our YouTube. Invicta FM 98.9. All right. Okay, drop your comments there. And so let's get you on this. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Toyin Alabi.
Good morning. Your name, where you're calling from?
Yeah, my name is Chief Arel.
Chief Arel, let's hear you.
In Nigeria today, there is no doubt, there is nobody who is not tired of the present state of affairs caused by bad governance and poor policy implementation. You see, my brother, some time ago, the then minister, Usman Nanadi, criticized governors, saying that they disappear to abroad just days after receiving state allocation, and they were visiting Bureau de Change. What am I saying? When Bola Tinubu came on board, he withdrew the subsidy, and he told Nigeria that he is withdrawing the subsidy because he wants the governors to have enough money. And most of the time, we have seen that the governors, they were only depending on their own interests. And the governors became richer more than the people. And Bola Tinubu never monitored the money he was giving to the governors. Today, the people are as poor as the king slaves. And it's exactly what is happening in our country, Nigeria, today. They're coming to insecurity. Today, the politicians and the governors and so, they are not worried about the life of the people. They are just concentrating on how to win elections when they are killing people. I ask a pertinent question. Who are they going to rule after killing everybody in our country, Nigeria? You see, my brother, when APC came on board, that is when the rain started beating us. When Buhari, in my own opinion, Buhari, it was just like dropping a bucket in an empty well. They have taken us 20 years backward during Buhari regime. And this is what we are saying. Bola Tinubu also came. Nigerians are not happy. My brother, the comment by the Kenya president need to be. They have to think about it. Nigerians are suffering today. So
Chief Areo, we got you on that. Still with your calls. Still with your calls. Hello, good morning. Yes, good morning. Yes.
Thank you, man. Good morning to your guests over there as well.
Yes.
This is Ibrahim from Kabaladoki, Kaduna.
Ibrahim, let's hear you.
In fact, yes, your topic this morning is very interesting. Politically, socially, and otherwise. In fact, we are now in the political era that the politicians have started gathering momentum. But we must think on something. Democracy and independence. The way to have a democracy, without the striving of what the English of democracy to strive, we will only also have an independence. Our electoral empire is it only independent? The answer is no, and it is capital no. If our national independence, the electoral empire that will conduct elections is not independent, at least I think that we are getting it wrong and wrong forever. But something needs to be done practically. Let all the politicians, all the political gladiators, some enforcement agencies, and the civil society, they should consult loudly to have independent electoral commission as the name implies, so that they will start family as independent. But today, that institution has been tortured, it has been hampered, and indeed it has been injured. Because why? Whatever he says going to do today, he must consult. When he consult it, he's employee.
Okay. All right.
Now, finally, man.
All right. Sorry. Okay. Went off. All right. We just squeeze in one more call and then move over to our Facebook page and see what's dropping there.
Hello?
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to your guest. Your guest has spoken very well. I'm impressed with what he said. But he said something that really, really impresses me. And I want to say something about it. He said was it before 2015, that was during the Jonathan administration, that he was using 9,000 naira to fuel his car. But now, the reverse is the case. But now that Nigerians have realized that the government of the day is not favorable and things have gone worse or even gone bad, what is the way out? Do we continue to relax and watch as those people maltreating us like this, or what actually they really want us to? Where are we going from here? Because the economy is not favorable, health-wise, security-wise, a lot of things have changed. So we cannot continue to do like this. Let them try to form a formidable opposition that will kick out this bad government from power. Because we cannot continue like this. This hardship is getting out of hand, and the country is not smiling at anybody. You cannot buy fuel, inflation everywhere, high cost of living everywhere. If the security architecture is bad, things have gone bad. Look at kidnapping in Katsina, look at kidnapping in Sokoto, look at a lot of things. Insecurity everywhere. Look at Kogi State is not safe. Look at Kwara State is not safe. Even South Kaduna here, there is a problem. So they should look for a way out to kick out this government from power. Come 2027, that's my take.
We got you. All right, we got you on that. Toyin was dropping on our Facebook page.
On Facebook, we have this one that says, that is from Osman Issa Bilal. It says, I think El Rufai is more inclusive than this present government. I can remember people like Sam Aruwan and other key figures from southern Kaduna. He did well in construction, like places like Baranawa and other parts in the south. Emmanuel F. Young is saying, your guests have spoken very well, but I want to ask him a very simple question. Does Tinubu, the president, deserve a second term? Is his reform being seen in the life of Nigerians or in the life of the governors? The money they are borrowing, they told us no more borrowing. If subsidy is removed, they have been taxing Nigerians, but they are still borrowing. What an unfortunate situation we'll find ourselves in. Then Kiam Sati Jr. is saying, you're a true son of SK, sir. I don't know what's wrong with our southern Kaduna politicians. They don't really care about us in as much as their accounts keep swelling up. Then Rataya Bakokadi says, politics is all about interest, as you said. And so it is with every politician. But why has this interest always negated the interests of the masses? Or is it rather all about personal and selfish interests? Don Richie, I really love the way you're talking. If we have people like you in Kaduna State will be better again. Victor Sule is saying Nigeria must be great come 2027 election. And that is it for the comments we have on Facebook.
Oh, Ambassador Yusuf, KANHU, you had the callers and, of course, the messages that have dropped. And so, we're giving the mic to you now. And let's get your last line on all that has been said this morning.
So the first guy actually spoke in support that I'm not a loner. And in fact, most of them spoke in favor of what I said. I'm just trying to buttress that to you so that I don't use that word again next time. The other guy who is asking if Bola Tinubu deserves another time, I'm not the one to determine or to campaign for him. He has his campaign team, but he's also a Nigerian. I'm going to address him as the first guy who is saying, you people. He's also a Nigerian. What we're passing through is also passing through. So what is he saying with the views and the harshness of the economy that is disturbing him? He should be able to make up his decision. I've made my decision. It's personal to me, but I'm coming up to say, look, this is what is trending, this is what is happening, and it's a reality. People must take up responsibility, must assume responsibility, and do what they're supposed to do. I'm not going to campaign or tell him point blank if the man deserves a second time or not. And that's just my view.
All right. Right. Yusuf KANHU there. And what his views and those thoughts on developing stories on the entity called Nigeria. And, of course, his thoughts, food for thought for all of us this morning. I want to thank you so very much for coming on the program with us. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, Jiwendu, thank you for connecting us with the people and, of course, putting us in the pictures. We'll come back with perspectives on Monday. Have a wonderful weekend.
Invicta FM.
Invicta FM.
Yes, so this is Jolly Johnny on the streets. How well do you know Maggi chicken flavor? Oh yeah, spell celery.
SELARIE. Celery.
Bros, you want to turn to salary? Okay, spell turmeric.
TURMERIC.
Yes, so.
Turmeric.
Correct. One carton of Maggi chicken flavor for you.
Maggi chicken flavor with onion.